and she invited me for this talk. It's my honor to present my presentation. I'm actually in computer vision researcher, computer vision and machine learning, and today I'm discussing about a superficial way of our research topics, that is the visually observable disease detection from face. And also we are talking about the society 5.0. You know that we are living here in society 4.0 because uh, technology and information is surrounded by us, and we are trying to accumulate all the resources from it. Why not in healthcare? Though there are several kinds of works are going on in computer vision and learning, but what about the diagnosis of the diseases from visually photos or videos or any kind of visually observable features? So at the very first, I would like to introduce our lab. It's Applied Intelligence and Informatics Lab here in Jahannagar University, Bangladesh, and we are also associated with the Nottingham Trent University, UK, and also European Union project, Diverse Asia project. You can, I will share the link. You can go to there, and our collaboration works. This is our lab key persons. Me and another person, Shamin Kaiser from Jahannagar University, and Mufti Mahmoud and Arifur Rahman are from Nottingham Trent University. So it's a collaborative lab between Jahannagar University and Nottingham Trent Universities. And all the key persons are working in various fields. I'm working in health and visual disease detection. Shamin Kaiser is work on health informatics. Mufti is deep learning, and Arifur Rahman is working on the framework establishment. So it's a genuine collaborative works running in our lab. With this collaboration, we have published 40 plus international paper, and total impact factor of the total is the 62. It's a very good one. And collaborative research project is running. We have completed 8, and 2 is running now. So our basic research actually developed a novel method of planning, learning from demonstration, explainable AI, and computational modeling. In Diverse Asia project, you can go through this slide, this website. It's a Bangla and English both, as in Bangladesh. So for the language communications, they have published the website in Bangla and English both. So you can go through there. And this is the inclusive education for all. In this project, we are focusing on the visually impaired or the autistic, or not autistic. We can say them. Say them as a special child. Their learning procedure, or the those who are fearing about learning, or learning disabilities in the classroom. So how the tools can make them very easy access in the higher educations. And we have doing that project to make such a tools in using the AI and machine learning. This is our lab building in Jahannagar University, Wajid Mia Science Research Center. the third floor, we have a research lab there. This is some snapshot of Jahangir University. For your better knowing, in our university, Jahangir University is the large establishment university in Bangladesh in 1970. 1971 Bangladesh independence, but before 1 year, this university establishes for only for the higher education and research, and it's a totally residential university. All the researcher and the students of MPhil masters honors students are in the hall, and here is the aerial view of some of the two hostel here. It's a beautiful university and the second largest university in Bangladesh. It's 25 kilometers away from the center, from Dhaka. So I would like to invite you all to visit in our university. So this is the university, some snapshot. I'm just as you know. So let's go to the topics to our presentation. So sorry. Sorry, my presentation is. Sorry, I'm taking a little bit time to adjusting my screen size. Okay, the presentation, today's presentation outline is for the motivation and face recognition in healthcare system, and what is the Society 5.0 smart healthcare in Society 5.0 layer approach, and methodologies and opportunities are there, and challenges. What is the research challenges? So we will talk about that one. So motivation in healthcare technology, you can it's need to be more real than nowadays in technology supported. That means that we need some kind of technology that is coming to our hands, something like this Apple Watch or Garmin watch that can show us our heartbeat or resting time or calorie burn and everything. So it's a traditional nowadays. It's a traditional way of knowing your health. The potential impact on this type of devices that heartbeat can measure. Okay, and this is a digital tattoo, some becoming more real, that it can analyze your health condition in your site. It's a nanotechnology, and you can put this kind of digital tattoo in your arms or in your chest, or to collect your blood sample, or collect your inside health information. Another also the nano tablet also be there. That is a wireless technology to connect it to the cloud that sent the inner data, storm of data, or the blood cell data to the computing systems. Okay, so this is more becoming real nowadays. scanning machines and uh, the osteograph and the facial recognition is nowadays, because so in society, in our coming society, people will be more involved in other works, but at the same time they need to um, constantly monitor their health uh, in that situations. So the potential impact of this technology in the next future, we which we are calling that Society 5.0, and the accessibility is more um, handrail or in the in-house matter. So what is the Society 5.0 that we are talking about? Society 5.0 is, if we talked about the first society, is the hunting society, right? Uh, in there, people are hunting and they're gathering a small clan, and they collect their only for the fooding. Then agrarian society, people established in a civilization, the Indian civilization is very pretty much old uh, than others ones. And industrial society that uh, started in 1800 uh, BC, AD, and nowadays also we are living in the information society, that is Society 5 4.4. So that is the major stages of the human races and civilizations. But what about the next one? Next one is the smart society, that we are calling the Society 5.0. It's a human-centric society that balances economic advancement with resolution of social problem by a system that highly integrates cyberspace and the physical space. It's a very important one. Society 5.0, actually, the proposed uh, by the Fifth Science and Technology Basic Plan of Japan. Uh, it follows the all other societies, hunting societies, that is we call Society 1.0, agricultural societies, Society 2.0, industrial societies, Society 3.0, and the information society 4.0. So in current society, we are in information society, in the current one, the cross-sectional sharing of knowledge and information is happening, but it's not enough. We need more cooperation, but which is more difficult. Technology sharing between two domain or two technologies or two some other things. So because there is a limit to what people can do, the task of finding the necessary information from overflowing information and analyzing it was a burden, and the level and scope of action were restricted due to the age and varying degree of ability. You know, due to the various restriction on these issues, such as decreasing birth rate and aging population and local depopulation, was difficult to respond adequately. Social reform is necessary in Society 5.0. It will happening in the next future in the first world country. Society 5.0 will achieve a forward-looking society that breaks down the existing sense of stagnation, or a society whose members have mutual respect to each other, transcending the generation, and the society in which each and every person can lead an active and enjoyable life without concerning their health issues. So, if we are planning to get a collaborative space of cyberspace and the physical space, we need to share our all information to the cyberspaces. But there are some challenges. Whatever do you about our health in Society 5.0? People are so busy. They will not go to the diagnosis center. They are reliable on much more reliable on the computer system. So here the AI or machine learning or the deep learning or other technologies can help us to build a better society. IoT devices are already have been invented for diagnostic system. Digital tattoo is there, heart rate measurement. But can you imagine that if uh, faces can tell everything? Uh, in our country or in all over the world, the good doctor always uh, uh, can detect the disease from the patient faces. That is the well-known saying. Is that he's a very good doctor. He said he can tell about our diseases by looking at me. But nowadays, computer can say that one, if that is possible. So AI will free human beings from burdensome work for analyzing all the informations. Okay. So in Society 5.0, we are accumulating all possible things, and here in this presentation, I am only focusing on that visually um, diagnosable diseases. So what could be the methodologies for Society 5.0 and the healthcare system? It's we are saying that it's a smart healthcare system, that people, when they are in public spaces or at their home or at their works, uh, everywhere, he or she is bringing their smart devices uh, with him or her or around the office spaces or public spaces, because in current days also all of the office premises are covered by the CCTV cameras and Wi-Fi, and we are carrying the mobile phones with various types of apps, and we are much more dependent on that kind of softing system. So why not the health screening system on that devices, or external or internal, my carrying one, the mobile system. So health screening in the people spaces, and if we, there are a lot of works are there, from the CCTV cameras, face detection and face feature analysis. So if we spatial features analysis is done and trained by the deep learning algorithm, that will call us the risk metering, that your health is in danger or you need to be more conscious about your clinical test. So go to the hospital and diagnose the disease, so the proper medications if needed. So this kind of measurement is going to happen. All the hospitals are using their own systems to diagnosis, but they are using the computer-aided system. And they are using their own HRM software to messaging, because it's a patient's information security rules or privacy rules or the privacy concern of the health records. But in Society 5.0, there is no way of hiding that kind of information for sharing one. One hospital cannot share the patient's records to the others ones, unless it's not the same concern of the hospitals nowadays. So if we share all the prospective examiners or caregiving systems needed by the old people or the children, then we need to share the total circumstances of our patients, but all the not patients. And if a healthy person can monitor his health with that systems, but hospital is not providing the more information to the others one, that it can extend their surveillance of health monitoring system. So we need that kind of methodology for the society 5.0. Already there are a lot of diseases that can detect it with a higher accuracy. Depression, anxiety, stress, schizophrenia, genetic diseases, all are fantastic results that gives that 93%, 97%. Neurological disorder, pain detection, including the adult and the child one. Nowadays, the child face is pretty much sensitive and so small, and the features are so insignable that can detect actually the pain from a infant baby. But researchers is working. We are also working on that issues. Parkinson, autism, beta thalassemia, diabetics retinopathy is it's the older one. But nowadays, how what about that? If we detect the diabetes from the faces, from the CCTV cameras or our mobile phone apps or the website, so it's pretty much possible. And retinal and eye diseases has fantastic. It's a 95% accuracy of from the computer vision technology. Okay. So we are proposing here, layer architecture for the intelligent health services system. The sensing layer, which is actually sense all the possible data collection or acquisition, heterogeneous data from public spaces, from private spaces, from cyberspaces. You can sense your health condition for retinopathy or the facial features, or your fingertips for blood sample, or nail coloring, texture of skin color, all are necessary information gathered in the sensing layer. And the service layer that can gives you the health services by the robot or the drone or the vending machines. That is a turn by turn in the various cities are coming on. But this is a pretty much sensitive issues that medicine and the other things, who can handle it? Okay, so that we have some pharmacy expert and pharmaceuticals or the nursing homes or the medical systems. So, but what about in the next one, next society? Next society is so much, their medical services need to be extended. So how the technology can incorporate with that? And the main logic server and other technological framework can reside it on the cloud layer and the logic layer also. This kind of society 5.0 has some opportunity for the researchers, though there are some also challenges. Opportunities are is that all the IoT devices are generating more data, and we need to analysis of that data to get to the smart drug delivery systems, predicting patient needs, and smart control, personal medical records and sharing. All the opportunities are here to start your main research works. But the challenge is that private fraud detection and the health concern of the internet, chip level integration, still various IBM and others components are working. Intel also are working on that issues. And recently, Facebook has also declared their chip level integration for um, medical healthcare. So on that opportunity, we are discussing that the some of our research work on that issues, healthcare robot to combat COVID-19, it's we are working on in COVID session in 2020. So this kind of level of robot already working on in the hospital system, and nowadays you can see that in the hospital they are using that kind of disinfection report or a logistic robot, healthcare nursing robots are already have been using uh, equally. Healthcare staffs and computation and control, healthcare infrastructure, ambulance and sensing, IoT sensors are working on that paper level. I'm not going to the deep on that paper. There are also another things our research lab also working, that is stroke prediction from the clinical test data, but we are trying to predict. Sorry, am I audible now?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Oh, thank you. So this is a clinical test of data and their accuracy and their correlation matrix of different types of disease of clinical test data. But no physical or facial features have been analyzed with that data one. But nowadays we are working on it to collecting the facial faces. You know that if you search on the face dataset in the internet or other societies, nobody are sharing. There is a small group, and they are collaborating with that medical center, and they are not sharing all the things for the computer science or computer vision scientists to open that data set for analyzing that one. But in the COVID situation, it's a one kind of you know um, blessing for us to open some new era to creating a data set, visual data sets, and stroke prediction from the COVID patients also. We have been working on that one because in Dhaka Medical College hospitals and in our local hospitals are also collaborating with us to sharing their data, but it's not shareable. That's why I'm not sharing the uh, that data in here in this presentation. But we are working on that facial faces, and we are recently will publish that papers on it. There are also some our works on Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson and schizophrenia from the MRI scan data sheet. And you know that on that MRI, there is a huge data set are there published by the various different organization, and certain challenges on for this information is for the students that Kaggle has the now the public data set repository there, and also you can search on the GitHub for dataset also. So CNN, DNN, and others technologies are incorporated here. Yeah, so the convolutional neural network are involving in that sector. You know that ConvNet or other 2D ConvNet, CNN is there. If very much popular CNN is that Alinet or AlexNet or VCGNet or GoogleNet, ResNet, GenNet. So all are using for, or we are using for MRI analysis and model. Deep Belief Network (DBN) is also much more popular, which consists of combines all of the layers and graphical model that holding both detected and undetected ages. It consists of multiple layer of hidden units and each layer, and DBN is used to identify the group and originated images, video clips, and motion capture data in real life application. Electroencephalography dataset are being using to analyze the deep belief network. Autoencoder that learning the facsimile its inputs to its output and unsupervised manner. So this it has been an internal and hidden layer, and which is used to describe the code to constitute the inputs also, because inputting system in this deep learning system is much more needed to be specified by to achieve the greater result. RNN recurrent neural network, also a memory network, which is remember the past and the present decisions and take is influenced by the learned from the past. Thus, the RNN can be considered as the architecture that consists of multiple copies of the same network, where every other is passing a message to a successor. Okay, so the principal most important characteristics of the RNN is hidden state. There is also popularistic is that LSTM, long short-term memory, represents a variety of the RNA, and it's pretty well in the linguistic and others, sentimental analysis and the segmentation analysis, pretty well working. Deep neural network (DNN) it's a multi-layered perception of neuron, and information can be traveling one way with no feedback network. So it will create a true uh, true dimension of getting a faster result from the image sources. Textual source of input need not much memory power, though they are in big data, but image data needs pretty much specific and need more time to clean the data, and the feature collection method is very much important and vital to collect in deep learning processes. You can't given the image as an input and you can get the output of the diseases, but medical healthcare system cannot accept that one, because you need to explain, though there are some explainability in the AI machine systems, in AXI or explainable AI based system already, LIME or SARP are already being invented. Library functions are there, but still they need to more works on it. So our researchers get some AI XAI based autism detection in this paper. I put some snapshot of our research on the autism detection. This is the LBP system has been used for the feature collection from the facial faces of the special child, and analyzes it with other various kind of ML algorithm, and we are descriptive of this autism based detection for context of how we can explain which feature and why this feature is significant to mention that or classify that this patient has autism or not. So this combination of the systems in this paper, we also analyzes the SVM model for making the decisions, and on the data set that we are taking from the early detected autism spectrum disorder ASD from the toddler, and the long and sign function transformation function were utilized to convert the data set to appropriate format. And we employed the explainable AI model to detect the most relevant aspect that would contribute the prediction of the support vector machine. And in our system, it making the higher accuracy than the other state of art in autism detection systems. In terms of the accuracy and sensitivity and specificity, our system is very good, but the explanation need to be explained in the in our in the next feature, because you are analyzing your face on the computing system, and computer says that you have the autism, but you don't believe that. Why is so that? So you need to explain. So if a doctor says that you have a cancer and you need explanation why he said that, it's not even that. It's not. I'm closing my eyes and surrender myself to the doctor. You need to learn. You need to learn about the things. Okay, and even though the computing system has been this kind of explanation can given by the doctor or analyst or radiologist to analyze the X-ray or MRI or other diagnosis images also. So why not the computer? So the computer, if the computer analyzes all the reports and diagnoses and classification disease to assist the doctor, that you may take my decision on that context. These features are pretty much indicating that you have that kind of diseases. So in our cases in autism detection, we have shown that way that is very good in explanation, and we are using here the line library to explain that explanation. Also, we said that mobile apps are here. The various kinds of apps are supporting in the patients. This is one of our another works that has been accepted by the project of indoor navigation support system for the patients. For the new with neurodegenerative diseases patient, for the fall down or the finding the indoor rooms or finding the patients in the hospital premises. So neurodegenerative diseases, there are so much. That's dementia. You always forget where they were. The patients is sometimes the going other cabins or other rooms. In house condition, they are going out to the park and they will not return to the homes. So we need to support them. So this on the basis of that neurodegenerative diseases, something like ASD or others things also can be helpful with this mobile apps. And our pretty first work is iWorkSafe IEEE Explore paper in the very beginning of the COVID-1. We have initially in the first ever mobile apps and paper and development are coming from our side that help for the our remittance garments society, garments industry. We are making that apps to secure the public health for the industrial settings uh, towards a healthy workplace during the COVID-19 in early 2021. And the screening process, proximity, GPS tracking, health concerning, and others, a lot of issues are involving in that census. Visually impaired, we are working recently, and we are making some kind of data set. And for this data set, this data set is collected from the other sources from England, and the facial detection for the neonatal infant pain, because you know that it's pretty much pretty much what we can say, difficult to identify the features of the infant babies, the eye, the face, or the lip corner, or their faces. So we are extracting features from various methods. Some kind of we are taking the facial landmarks to identify their eyes, nose, and mouth positions, and applied the LBP, linear binary pattern, to getting the textural context or spatial influences can be measured by the geometrical features, some kind of eyes position and eyes areas, nose areas, and the mouth opening and areas also. So combining three individual a feature learning system into one and applied into the ML algorithm, and it's pretty good result in classification for the SVM in our proposed method get 86%, though medical system needs to be improved that one at least in 95% and above. So otherwise the this could not be used directly in the medical settings. But definitely this kind of research will help the doctor to assist themselves that okay, look closely that patients or that neonatal infants are really on that state of crying or pain or other things. Okay, so only in our trained and highly skilled nurses can identify that things that this baby is crying for the pain, but not for starving. It's crying for the pain. So it needed to be disclosed to the doctor to proper medication. But in our system, at least 86% can help the doctor that okay, doctor can closely look at it. So what are the facial features in adult faces? It's pretty much easy to the if we get the special features, something like geometrical features analysis. This is collected from the internet. I'm sorry that I could not put the sources very much, but you can say here face and facial in our Ayurved systems that gives a pretty good result. You may create the controversy that is Ayurveda is the best things in the medical history, but recently some facial features or external features can gathered by the doctor from the Ayurveda sections. Okay, so why not if we apply that kind of facial features analysis to our computing system to analyze at least, and we have now a tools of Lime and other SARP that can explain our hypothesis. Okay, heart disease areas mainly are here, and nose areas. Okay, and you have the stomach, and you have a gallbladder problem, you can get the spatial features, you can rashes, you can skin tone changes, color changes. You have, if you have the stroke patient, then your eyes and the shape, golden shape of the face can be changed. The total shape feature can be changed by that one. And kidney, liver, lung analysis has a hanging or the watering pole are there. Okay, so if we analyze the face and the features here, so it will gives us the primary knowledges, and the clinical features are for the ground truth values to analyze is the most one. And in the society 5.0, all the things facial features can analyze is that you need a clinical test. Then you can go to the test, and you will confirm that, and that will directly by layer that we earlier said that uh, go to the doctor, and doctor will analysis, and proper medication can be supplied by the vending machines or the drone services or the robotic care in the hospital reception system or the dispensaries. Uh, Nowadays, we are working at the very end of our presentation. I would like to show that for diabetes detection, there is no since that if we closely analyze the features in that patches areas, and then you could find that the color tone and the eyelashes and hair is a what kind of limbs are there. So the spots are arriving in your faces. Okay, so it will clearly identify that diabetes patient had this kind of symptom. Is it? No, that is not always, but a case, if we say that it's a use case of a one things, then you can preliminary detect the diabetes with the faces. And for the what kind of methodologies we can use, we are using is all these CNN, DBN, or DAE, RNN, DNN, PNN, all kinds of deep learning or neural network have been employed to uh, um, analysis that kind of diseases. But this disease, we can't put whole images into the deep learning system. It will create a not pretty good result. Uh, we are analyzing the segmentational or spatial features from the faces, and various methods have been executed in the computing systems to perform the best result. And as we are aiming to develop a new model for analyzing the facial features at once, and it will give the input system to our deep learning model to analyze the things. Our model has been under works, and the patient data set. Nowadays, we are working almost done actually. Bangladesh Medical Association and our lab collaborating, preparing a medical uh, diabetes patient data set for facial analysis and the associated diseases. You said that these are the associated diseases due to the diabetics also. Diabetics patient can have may the kidney problem, may have the gallbladder problem, may have heart attack, or may have the higher cholesterol and eyes vision problem, all due to the diabetes. So associated diseases can also be find out by this visual diagnosis system in computer-aided systems. Also. In our case, Diabetes Association of Bangladesh has helping us to create that data set, and we are working that one in recently, and we are open that data set for all the researchers for all over the world. They can research on it and collect the facial diseases also. Yeah, we need some kind of challenges also there. Challenges is collecting medical images with high privacy, and clinical setup sometimes is not easy way. We know that, but uh, for that reason, the research group may be not sharing their data set for the public research domain. But you could find some of the facial data set for the mask or unmask or the age or the emotion detection data set also be there, but there is no diagnosis based data set are available in public. um, there may be the 30 to 40 patients or the features their GitHub upload or other things, but that is the pain detection data set. They have only the 28 of the subject accumulated they have published for their data set, but that is not the pretty one. Okay, so we need a huge data set for the Society 5.0 to collect the face and facial features from the public domain. You are walking on the street and suddenly you fall down for heart attack, maybe the brain stroke, or maybe your insulin may be high or low. So CCTV camera footage can detect that you need an emergency services. But you may call that a public concern. But technology always have some challenges, and there must be a technology to escape of this privacy concern from any other way. But you think that technology always giving us the proper treatment. So I would like to conclude my session with that one, challenges. I hope you would understand that what is the um, targeted of the next healthcare informatics systems, and what kind of technology is there. I would like to share one news is that in our lab organizing we are organizing a conferences in Italy, and we are calling the paper from that one AII lab already published that one, Applied Intelligence and Informatics conference happening last year. We organized this one in UK, Nottingham University, and this year it will regular the Carvela, Italy, um, in Padova cities. So you may apply on this one and publish your paper, and we have some confirmed some papers. This is the journal or that is rigorously published, and it is our concern. So hope to see you if you are submitting papers. We may meet on the Italy, or we may meet in Bangladesh or India. I hope it will help you a lot. And I would like to, at the very end, I'd like to thank you on the FTP program of YCC College. That it's a pretty very good initiative by them. So thank you very much. If you have any questions regarding on our research work, you may ask now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable inputs. Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
There are some questions which I read for you.
Yeah.
First question is, can you elaborate more about machine learning and stroke prediction?
Oh, this stroke prediction you can go there. In our students' works, so they work on the clinical data set only. Okay, clinical data set and machine learning. There are several XBoost and linear regression or other things are have been applied. But in these sessions, we are working on the visually how you can predict the stroke, because the shape of your features, the golden features of your face, if your face has a ratio, but if the ratio of the shape of your eyes corner, left eye corners always been disseminated from your places, original places, and your lips will be uplifted if you have detected the stroke. So this kind of, I'm not sharing that data because this is a very much personal one. That's why I am not included that kind of visually visual set of data set in that paper. I only shows that there in the clinical data set only, and their explainability. So I hope you would understand that one.
Sure, sir. Another question is, which are the standard data sets and benchmarks are available for visual detections?
No. There is
Still
no
for the beginner, small kind
uh,
of data sets.
yeah, uh, there is a small, very small data set.
Yes.
You know that 12 patients, 10 patients, or 10 subjects. We got only the England, so Sophia Medical College established that only the 28 subject data set for the baby Spain detection data set. That's why, as it is an infant baby, that's why they have been published that kind of data set without any kind of privacy concern. But in the adult facial data set, need more privacy concern and health recording systems, and there are a lot of systems. You know that you're capturing your face, it also be a privacy concern.
Yes, sir.
So how you can detect the diseases? Doctor needs the permission to take the snaps. Okay, but in the near future, we are under coverage of the visual cameras and everything. In the metro, you have the camera. Your office premises, you have a camera. Your home, you have a camera. Your office, everywhere is camera. So how you avoid this kind of privacy concern? But we are taking the technology are taking the minimum chances of diagnosis your diseases through that kind of images. There are a lot of researches happening. Low resolution images can be extended and elaborated, and computer visions are have been much more advances level to create more spatial feature analysis of the result one. So nowadays we are AII lab and Bangladesh Medical Association and Diabetics Associations collaboratively creating a public data set for researcher that could open for all researchers. It's a huge. We have already collected the thousands subject data sets, and we are maybe by the end of this year we are opening that data set in various platforms in our website also. Thank you.
It
I
is
hope.
very much helpful if I get the data set and I will work on it. Another question is, how to the data which we use here, it is homogeneous or heterogeneous, and how to manage it?
Yeah, that's a very good question. That's the challenges also. Heterogeneous data needs to be more challenges on that perspective, because we have the IoT system, we have the cameras, we have the mobile phones, and we have also the medical settings of the cameras. You know that in the visually detection, the illumination of the light, position of the cameras focus length, and the distance. It's pretty much important. But it's a real challenge that you are walking on the road and you are snapping your photos from the selfie and detecting the diseases. It's a really hard things to go, but we're hoping that much more, and various kind of research that are working on it, how we can elaborate the heterogeneous data. You know that there is a age computing and the others, federated learning technologies in the cloud machines are also have been employed to support it, that technology that we can faster collect and analyze our big data on our nearest node. Huh? I hope it will be great in the near future.
Okay.
Thank you.
Another question is which are the best feature selection method for this kind of detections?
Sorry, I could not read it.
Which are the best feature selection method for such kind of selection detection?
A feature selection method, that is also dependent what kind of disease you want to detect, because the symptoms and the visual characteristics are different. You know that if you have the visionary problem, vision problem, then you can't take that your eyes is reddish color, so you have the vision problem. No. Okay, you need to detect the position of the pupil. If your pupil size is enlarges, then your vision could be shortened. Okay, because it's not natural. But the textural features, reddish color, reddish eye, or the blue eyes, or the white eyes, is no impact on that vision. So there is no perfect or the ground truth ground method for feature extraction. But yeah, if you are using the images, then you need to concise your features. You can PCA or ICA or FTT, this kinds of method help you to selecting your primary and preliminary set of data set features to select that kind of diseases. And also you can get the explainable AI methodology to predict which are the best features for that kind of diseases you want to detect. I hope you understand.
Yes, sir. Any optimization method which we require for this purpose?
That's a very good question. We are using the nature-based algorithm for that one. Flower pollination and colony optimizations we are using, and we are getting the pretty good result on it. This kind of disease detection system and optimizing our learning method.
And sir, again, it is depend on the data set and the disease.
A little bit. I'm not sure on that one because already we are working on it. Okay. If we are running our deep learning data set on that one and using that kind of nature-based algorithm, we are focusing on that one is that nature-based optimization algorithm can faster training the data and it will gives the faster classification result to us. But it's not our target. Our target is that the perfection of the accuracy, how accurate our result is. We are getting some research have been published that they have the 99.9% of accuracy of their system, but they are not analyzes that this is not happening. There must be something there fault. So we are trying to find that result doctor can accept it. Now we are accepting, you and me are accepting that, yeah, our computing system giving us the diabetics result or heartbeat result or the mortality prediction result. We are accepting it, but the medical system is not accepting you and your system. Even though your heartbeat analysis or your heart machine, the paper report is not accepted by the doctor. Doctor self analyzing and explaining the all the peaks are correctly or not. Eh, doctors are finding the fault of the machinery also. So we need to convince them in terms of perfection of our result. So I'm not claiming that this kind of optimization technique is dependent on data, but in general also.
So such kind of detection can be possible without GPU support, sir?
Without GPU support, GPU is the time constraint.
Yes, for the less time complexity.
For the timing. CPU can also do that. You
but
need more time.
No?
Yeah. And GPU, if you have the GPU or the GPU server, you need, you know that nowadays this kind of deep learning or the visual system, computing system or the computer vision system need trial and error basis. Every time we try of various kinds of combinations of the machine learning results or the feature selection or the collecting method. Okay, you need to run more often. But if you don't have the CPU, then you need more time to analyzing that report. Otherwise, you can do it on the CPU if you have enough time. But nowadays, you know that
this is the
percentage we don't have any time.
Most of the participants asking for your email ID, sir.
Oh, email ID. I'm sharing that one. I have also shared in my presentation in the very first slide. Okay. Here I'm sharing that shamim@juniv.edu. JUNIV is the Jahanagar University. So you can get it. And if you have any questions regarding, or if you have need to learn about how we have also running several kinds of workshop, free workshop on that too. So you can contact to me, or if you know the schedule, you can search on our website also. That's very good.
Okay, sir. Thank you. These are the various questions from the audience participants. I accept this open door to offer my most profound thanks and sincere gratitude for taking the time to be here today and encourage us with your zeal of knowledge about visually observable disease detection from the face in Society 5.0, challenges and research gap. I assure you that many of us will definitely take the key points and start working on them. Thank you so much, sir, again. And thank you, and request you to accept the token of gratitude on the behalf of organizing team and Yashwanta Rao Chauhan College of Engineering, Nagpur, for sparing your valuable time and gracing us. Thank you so much, sir, and have a great day ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I would like to thanks all the organizing of that FDP programs of OICC College, and especially Ms. Shuvangi. I admire him very much, and he is actually the elder sister to mine. I hope I would like to thanks all the organizing and the visionary teams of your institute to inviting me in these honorable sessions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. All the participants are requested to please switch on their cameras for the group photos. So please stay with us.
Yeah, of course.
आशीष सर हो गया?
Yes, sir. Thank you all participants. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Dear participant, now we will take the lunch break and we'll again join the session at 3:15. Kindly fill the feedback form shared by the Ashish. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you all. And I'm signing off. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Sir. Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shami.